friends, it's so good to be back here again. Thank you so much for always tuning in to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your love and your support so far. And also, don't forget, this is Saffron Media, and we are here to give you the latest and most trending, exciting, and reliable news. So, guys, if you're looking for the best place to be to get trending and most reliable news, this is the best place to be. Yes, I can guarantee you that this is the best place to be, because we give you the details, the exact details as it is. Yes, and of course we know that it has not really been well with the APC party, and we already have the information that the APC leadership, that is the leader Adams Oshomole, has been suspended, and of course he's now there's now an acting chairman for the party in the APC. And of course, you know that you're already scared of how it's going to look like, because they don't want a repeat of what happened in Rivers, Zamfara, and and the likes. And they've seen a lot of things over the past few months as regarding their party, and they have to critically analyze some of those lapses that the party is experiencing. But of course, I guess the Nigerians are actually tired of the party, because they came in with a slogan that we are here, to help the people of Nigeria, with a slogan of change, that they've come with a change, the kind of change that Nigerians have never experienced. And indeed, it is a change that Nigerians have never experienced, because there are a lot of clueless people in this administration. Yes, and that is it, because I keep wondering that a lot of things will happen, and the next broadcast you see is the president is not even aware of that, and the next thing, the vice president is coming out to say, I think the president will address this, and by the time the president is coming out, the president does not even have a clue of what has happened. So I just see it as a clueless set of people, and it's high time that things begin to change for the people of Nigeria. And this is a very clear indication that things are beginning to look better and things are beginning to change, and it's all starting from that of the Edo State election, because of course we've seen how things have unraveled itself over the past few weeks in the Edo State election. Just when we thought it was over for Governor Obaseki, God still stood for him and rose for him. Just few days after he was disqualified from his from running for his party, the same chairman who sat and told him that he doesn't qualify for that seat is also now being suspended for the same issue, that is not competent enough in his own. You see how things happen. A lot of things are just unraveling, and the chairman of the party is also eating, is also tasting from his own bitter medicine, and it's also a good one that it is happening this way. And they've also tasted it in the likes of the Rivers election, the likes of the Bayelsa election, the likes of the Zamfara elections, and so many other places. Earlier last week, I still brought to you how Kogi, Benue State also won a lot of their chairmanship seats in Benue State, and a lot of things happened right there, because the opposition party is beginning to take shape and beginning to crawl into power little by little. And we know by in the year 2023, a lot of things would have happened between now and then for people to really sit back. It's just for Nigerians to tighten their seatbelts and really know what they want. And of course, if a lot of these politicians are beginning to defect to the opposition party again, I guess it's high time that Nigerians actually change the party that they will be voting for, because it seems to be the same old story that everyone, when PDP is winning, everybody is moving to PDP. When APC is winning, everyone is moving to APC. I think it's high time that Nigerians stop that and stick with what will work for Nigerians. And this time around, I hope things do not turn out like that. And of course, the Director General of the Progressive Governors Forum, PGF, Dr. Salih Lukman, has stated that the All Progressive Congress appears more determined to reproduce the painful past experiences in Rivers, Zamfara, and Bayelsa states. following the recent disqualification of Edo State Governor Obaseki from the state governorship primary. Lukman, in a statement issued on yesterday, said it was very difficult and challenging to come to terms with the unfolding development in APC. He also noted that the disconcerting reality of becoming clobbered into another undemocratic political platform, which is intolerant to basic tenets of free and fair contest, was hard to admit. The Director General stressed that anyone with small residue of conscience and integrity must have jolted by what is going on in the ruling party. And of course, that is the case as it is. He said, while it might be easy to pass judgment on the leaders of the party, party members must, however, recognize that the failings or limitations of the leaders are equally that of the members. That is their problem. I think they should just put their house together. It is not the problem of Governor Obaseki. It is not the problem of the Edo State people. The Edo State people have only stood up for justice. They've only stood up for what is right. They've only stood up for what is good for them. And, that is the repercussion of, embezzling a state and thinking you will still stand as the godfather of the state and continue to rule the state. But, God has better plans for the people of Edo State. And I think it's a good opportunity for other states in Nigeria to stand up for what they think is right for them and stand up for justice, and don't allow those that will embezzle the treasury of the state to continue to rule that state. There's nothing like a godfather that one person is the owner of a state or one person is the owner of a country. It all belongs to everyone, and until the people decide to rise and fight for their rights, things will continue to be just the way they want it to be until they rise up. Even just like it is said in the Bible that until the violent take it by force, that things will continue to remain the same. So that is it in the case of the Edo State people. They have decided to stand by Governor Obaseki because he's a just man and he stood righteous for the people of Edo State, and he was ready to fight for them. That no, enough is enough for those people stealing the treasury of the state, those people causing the state to cause more hoodlums for the state and even cause there to be unrest for the state. He said enough is enough, and he was ready to stand by it. He said he's not ready to cause there to be any form of unrest in the Edo State or perhaps during the election, but of course he was ready to fight and ensure that that issue of godfatherism and the issue of stealing the treasuries of Edo State, he said it must stop, and he will ensure that that stops. And you can see how things are beginning to play out. Things are beginning to unravel. Things are beginning to show forth that indeed you can stand up for what is right. And at the end, God will really fight and stand for you if you are just. And of course, Obaseki has proven that he is just, because it is just a few days away that he was disqualified. And also God has really proven himself that he was unjustly disqualified, and that is the case that is happening to the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress APC, because of course whoever thought that the almighty and strong Adams Oshiomhole would be facing anything such as this. But of course that has been his fate at the moment, and you'll be so shocked at the number of people that stood against him and those that stood for him. It is something that you think people are for you, but of course, just because you think you are in a place of power, you think people are for you, and of course, no one is for you. No one is for you, and those things have to really stop. We should understand that politics is for fighting for the rights of the people, not fighting for your pocket. And that is what Obaseki has done. He's fighting for the people. And the people of Edo State quickly understood that it has been long since democracy started. We have not enjoyed such kind of privilege that this man has given us. And they said, we are standing by you. And they have decided to stand by him. And this time around, God has proven himself. So according to Lukman, that is the DG, said without any attempt to qualify electoral experiences since 2019, every member and leader of APC should be troubled. Being troubled should have spurred us into some sober reflection with the objective of remedying the situation. Unfortunately, it would appear that we are more determined to reproduce all the painful experiences every time we are faced with electoral contest, it was Rivers, Zamfara, Bayelsa State, now Edo and Ondo State are basically on a roller coaster, with perhaps emerging with the same predictable outcome that consumed our electoral victories in Zamfara, Bayelsa State. Why should this be allowed to happen? Well, that is a question they should be asking themselves. It's nobody's business. They should rather put their house together and ensure, if they want to win elections, they should stand up, they should be upright, they should know what Nigerians want. Enough is enough. I think it's high time that the whole of Nigerians actually stand. It's not time for Nigerians to keep keeping quiet. They said there is no president, there is no one in Aso Rock, and everyone is quiet. No one is asking questions, no one is saying anything. Everyone is grumbling in their hearts, and no one is coming out to speak, and no one is saying what is supposed to be. All this must really stop, because of course God is still alive and is ready to fight for the people of Nigeria. So these are things that Nigerians should put themselves together and really stand to fight for themselves. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for staying up to this moment. Don't forget that this is the best place to be. I really appreciate your time so far. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and also don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.